Good morning, I'm Maya.
And I'm Jake. Please give your attention to Salem for the pledge.
Good morning. Please join me in a moment of silence. Please stand and face the flag for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Remember to show respect, make a difference, and set the bar high. Have a great day. Now back to the announcers.
Attention NJHS candidates, the applications and letters of recommendation for NJHS are due this Friday. Please turn your packets into Ms. Kirkpatrick and Student Services by Friday at 4 p.m. Late applications will not be accepted.
Attention current NJHS members, the holiday party is Wednesday from 4 to 6 p.m. Please come to the LGI right after school to get started. Don't forget to bring sharp scissors.
Today, all Ski Club members will eat lunch in the LGI and they will receive another important Ski Club information packet and have the opportunity to ask any additional questions they have regarding Ski Club. Get your lunch immediately and come straight to the LGI on Tuesday during your lunch period.
Attention all girls that are interested in trying out for basketball. Tryouts begin January 9th for the Schmucker girls basketball teams. All interested 7th and 8th grader girls should sign up on Thursday, December 14th or Friday, December 15th in the cafeteria during lunch. You must have a physical on file with the office in order to try out. You have a month to get ready for the season. Make sure you are taking the time to get in shape.
The winter storm did not stop these bowlers. The top scorers on Monday, December 11th for Miss Ulrich 6th grade bowlers are 2 hour Peyton Johnson with a score of 65, 3rd hour Mackenzie Baker with a score of 90, 4th hour Kyra Hilsden Smith with a score of 71.
Attention social studies academic Super Bowl members. Our information meeting will be this Thursday after school in Ms. Scarbeck's room. We will meet until approximately 4:45. Now for today's joke. What is a Leaf's favorite quote?
I don't know.
Belief in yourself.
Thanks for joining us. Stay tuned for the 5-star video. Have a great day and we'll see you tomorrow.
Welcome back to 5-Star Life. Coach Seth here to talk to you about how you can live a 5-star life. Today I want to talk to you about how you can open a door. Every choice you make today will open a door that will help you live a 5-star life, will take you somewhere. And listen, every one of us wants to live a great life, and probably every week of my life I'm with a middle school student or high school student that says, I really do want to live a 5-star life. I want to enjoy my life, but there's this major frustration in my life, and they're called my parents, my guardians. Coach Seth, they drive me crazy. They make me so frustrated, so angry. They talk. They never stop talking about what I'm doing wrong. It's so frustrating. What can I do? Well, today, I want to talk to you about one principle. If you listen to me, if you apply what I teach you today, there's one thing that if you do it, it will take your relationship with your parents to a whole nother level. So I read a research paper that said that there are 3 types of people. And I want to explain these 3 types of people. And I want you to listen and kind of picture which person you are, what category you fall into. And the first type of person there is a giver. Pretty self-explanatory. It's somebody who is constantly giving. Everywhere they go, they're giving smiles and warmth and encouragement. They're giving their money to help people. They're giving their time to listen to people, to help and serve. And these people, according to this research, are the most successful people on the planet. They live the most healthy, balanced lifestyles. They're the happiest. They have the best friendships. And they make up about 25% of the population. So 25% of people are givers. They make the best friends in the world. The second category of people are the opposite of givers. They are takers. And, you know, takers are probably the most frustrating people on the planet because, you know, when you're friends with them, you give, you help, you encourage, and nothing comes back because they're too busy thinking about themselves. These people are the leeches of society. They just leech onto you, and they just think about what they can get. I mean, they can't even give simple things like a hug. They take a hug, and when you get close to them, they just suck the life out of you, and you're left just kind of like, looking for air and breath and life. And ultimately, these people I call black holes of sucking neediness. They just need. And when I see people like that, it's probably not right, but I try to avoid people like that. And so do you. You don't like to be around people that are takers. Takers make up about 19% of the population. So there's givers, there are takers, and then there are matchers. And matchers do exactly what they sound like they do. If you are nice to them, they'll be nice back. If you give them a gift, they'll return the favor. If you are a punk to them, they'll be a punk back to you. In other words, they treat you the way you treat them. They are matchers. This makes up 56% of our population, 56%. So the majority of people are matchers. And I want you to think about, are you a giver? Are you a taker? Are you a matcher? See, I believe the key to your relationship with your parents going to the next level is thinking about which category you fall into. By being a giver to your parents, to your guardians, thinking about them, helping them, serving them, it will take your life to a whole nother level. But I'm listening and I'm hearing some of you in your thoughts in your mind, you're saying, yeah, but Coach Seth, how can I be a giver to my parents when they're takers? How can I be a giver to someone who's never been there for me, who's hurt me, who's abused me, who's neglected me? And I remember, talking to a 14-year-old student named Cody who came to me and just said, his mom he hadn't seen since he was 7, he was 14 now, and that, he basically was abandoned by her. And I sat down and asked him, what happened? And he handed me this note, and I opened up this note. It's a note from his mom. And it said, "Dear Cody, thank you so much for sending Mommy your school picture. Now Mommy can see you every single school day. P.S. I can't wait to see you this weekend when I come pick you up for our visit." I took the note and I handed it back to Cody and said, "She never came, did she?" He said, "No, she got mixed up with the wrong people, got into drugs, and me and my siblings got separated, split up into foster care, and we were eventually adopted." See, Cody would have a hard time saying, "I want to be a giver to my parents," because they weren't there for me. Ultimately, the people that chose boyfriends, drugs over a relationship with him, over caring for him, that's a tough one. But here's what I want you to think about. Every one of us probably has a taker somewhere in our life, but we also have a giver. See, I've never met my biological father, but guess what? The best thing in the world is the fact that I didn't have to grow up with someone who just took from my mom and then left and never wanted anything to do with me. I'm just grateful I didn't have to live with a taker. I told Cody the same thing. Aren't you glad you had somebody that actually is a giver in your life? Think about this. Every one of you, you have someone who is a giver. Now, they're probably not perfect. They probably don't do it all right. But they're providing shelter, clothes, food for you, and they care about you. So we can choose to live our teenage years frustrated, irritated, upset that we're not getting enough, trying to take more. But I want to challenge us to look in the mirror and say, listen, the people in our life, they're giving, they're doing the best they know how, and I need to look in the mirror and evaluate me. Am I a giver? Am I a taker? Am I a matcher? Who am I? And then what changes do I need to make moving forward? The reality is we are born takers. I mean, look at a baby, a cute, cuddly, just adorable little cute baby, right? We think innocent, just adorable. But I'm telling you, research says that literally, if a baby were fully grown, when they get hungry and they're upset, they would kill every one of their mothers. Here's why, and this is, those of you who have little baby brothers and sisters, little tiny babies, and they're nursing, you've seen them. I mean, when they're hungry, they will punch you, they will pinch you, they're screaming, they're kicking, they are nasty, and it's just because all they're thinking about is what they need. They need food, they need nutrition, and they're gonna take it at all costs. So we come into the world takers. We are taking. Now the goal is that we mature into givers. But according to the data, not everybody matures into givers. Most people continue to be takers, or at best are matchers. So the question is, how great do you want your relationship with your parents to be? Do you want to live in frustration and irritation? And do you want to blame your parents for everything? Or do you want to look in the mirror and say, okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to evaluate, am I a matcher, giver, or taker? Ask a question like this. When was the last time I asked my parents, my guardians, how they're doing? The number one thing that you can do that will take your relationship with your parents to a whole nother level is to get your mind off of yourself, off of taking, and onto giving, onto them. This is the true definition of respect, treating others the way you want to be treated. We've been talking about that for several weeks. When you can get your mind off of yourself, onto your parents, it's simple things like just thinking about, how can I connect with my parents? How can I be kind to my parents, even when I don't think they deserve it, even when I don't feel like being kind? And then thirdly, how can I serve my parents and help around the house? Your choice to be a giver, a taker, or a matcher will open up a door that will determine your life. Good luck.